And we're live. So
Yeah, we're live.
oh yeah, no, we're don't worry. Yeah, we're live, all right. He's getting over a little something that he has right now. I'm
Mm,
JPeeps.
I'm Ace.
Yep. And tonight we've got a very fun episode for you guys.
What
We
was
got
it? What? Remember last week I said the sports world is going to be different this week than it was last week? I
yes, you
think I can safely say it's much different this week than it was last week. And we'll get
did.
into all that. We got some trash talking HBCU stuff going on right now, right? And then we got
Because no, because see, you know what it is. It's always this mid-season crap. No, I shouldn't say
I was gonna
crap.
say spring season. It's like
It's
March
a
for talking.
spring season trash. It's talking season. That's what it is. And then you got literally people. I'm gonna talk about it when we get to the first quarter.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
It's
Like,
a,
share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend.
you see that this is what happens when I
Oh,
try
he's
to.
still going.
Oh, see when I try to be nice and I want to talk good about everybody, but then everybody can't be on the same path. That's all I'm saying. So now
All
we,
right.
we got to get people.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, hopefully last kid will be back next week. Me and Flash had to deal with some stuff yesterday, so we had to postpone until next week. Hopefully
Okay.
we'll be back next week to go.
Okay.
Anything else you want to add before we hit up this intro?
I was gonna say the important thing is you guys are here, happy and healthy. That's what matters most.
Yeah. That stupid bat virus ain't getting me like that. We good. Hope they burn in hell whoever decided to eat that. Hit
Oh
the
my
intro.
oh my gosh.
What? It's true.
Who hurt you?
The person who ate a bat.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JP.
This is the Bug.
This is JC.
This is Flash.
This is Jimi Hendrix.
And you're listening to
And you are listening to
And you're listening to
And you're listening to the Run and Gun Podcast.
All right, let's go. Enough of the rant.
You know what? Let's definitely you cut it too.
Hold on. Did I set my mic? I forgot.
I saw your little thing on the side.
There we go. Now it sounds. I think should sound better. I forgot to connect the mic.
I saw your little thing on the side there. I didn't cut it too soon. I just wanted to know who hurt you.
Yeah, man. I tell you, whoever, bruh, Ebola came from a bat and Corona came from a bat. These
know
people
you-
need-
I know Ebola came for you.
No, I'm just saying these people who eat bats, bro, they coming for us. I'm just
You,
messing.
you
All right,
need
back
to,
to the act.
you need to stop that. No.
Hey,
No.
they ain't in my mood like that. All right, let's talk into this Jackson State nonsense you have.
All right, so
Let's get into this.
here's
Who
my
hurt
thing.
you today?
No, who hurt me today? You know what? Look,
You asked for that.
who hurt me today? Look, I was trying to be nice and everything. I wanted to talk about, Dion had the little pro day and everything, invited Mississippi Valley and
He called
all-
out some people too. I like that
all
part.
no. It was actually good. It was actually good. He
No,
invited.
the part where he called out the teams that didn't show up. I was talking about
Oh yeah, no, he called
that
out
whole
all the teams.
video. Yeah,
The Bucks were among one of the teams, and that's bad. That can't happen. That's terrible. The Bucks need to be looking under every crevice and rock. I don't know. I guess they're just satisfied with the fact that they got all their key pieces coming back and stuff, and they got a plan going forward. So they feel like they don't need to go and look. But the Panthers were among the teams too. The Titans were among the teams.
the Texans, Dolphins.
Yeah,
There was a couple more. That was only 4. There was 8 teams that didn't show up.
exactly.
But that's not the thing. But there's a whole thing I put up on Twitter yesterday that said, as a team, you need to look under every single possible situation to find the best players. I mean, going to this thing that Jackson State had, you're passing up on the opportunity to find like the highest paid linebacker in the game, Darius Leonard. One of the highest paid offensive tackles, he just got paid. Teron Armstead just got paid. Both of them are from HBCUs. You're missing out on those type of players by not going to these things.
You do, and here's the sad part: is like it's see, James Houston is a good linebacker. CJ Holmes, I think that's his name.
James Houston was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
he's still in the league, I think, isn't he? He was in Baltimore, I want to say, last year.
Who?
Houston.
No, James Houston the fourth. He transferred from Florida to Jackson State. He's a
Justin Houston I'm thinking about.
Yeah, you're thinking about Justin. I'm talking about James Houston. He transferred from Florida to Jackson State. Like, he's like, dude, like, because see, here's the thing Dion said. He's like, all 24 teams showed up. There's 32 total. All 32 will be in Starkville and Mississippi, in Oxford. Although, give or take, Oxford has more talent than what's in Starkville right now, from my personal perspective. But that's still pitiful. So I mean, there has to be a better demonstration in that department. The other thing too that I want to say is I got in a debate about this morning with somebody is the fact of, you know, Marquise Bell, Akil Glass, and James Houston don't really want to be shown off as prize steers or trophies in Las Vegas this year for the draft. They shouldn't even be there, apparently. Look, I have no problem. Everybody's got their opinions. Here's my theory. If James Houston, Marquise Bell, and Akil Glass, and a couple and others HBCU prospects decide they want to go to Las Vegas for the draft and sit through the first round, second round, third round, and all the way through the draft for their own personal benefit to display HBCUs, that's their call. That is their personal call. Some people say Isaiah Land has a first-round grade on him if he repeats his success from this season. Does he? Who knows? We'll see. That's all. That is not in our power. That is that's in the NFL GMs and scouting department's powers. It's not in Mel Kiper's power, because honestly, who the hell definitely listens to Mel Kiper? I know you don't.
Mel Kiper's never right. I think last year he had almost like 80% of them picks wrong. He ain't ever right.
It's definitely not Mel Kiper's opinion. No, and honestly, if you still watch the NFL draft on ESPN, I'm sorry for you. You need to stop right now. Saving you the waste of knowledge. But honestly, it's like, look, personally, I feel this. The television time for these HBCUs needs to be greater. Like I've told Allison this multiple times when we've had her on in the past. I would much rather watch an HBCU football game on a regular scheduled programming like Bally Sports versus some cheap group of 5 team like Southern Miss Bally Sports on a Saturday. I would much rather see an HBCU football. So this whole adage of HBCU products not having a first round grade on them coming into this next class coming up next year, the class after that, I feel like that could change with more TV. I really do. And that's where I feel like it needs to change. But the other thing too that I want to talk about is, and I'm gonna act like honestly CFL right now, who claims he posts everything HBCU and stuff. Yeah, no, we were over here minding our own business because the 1400 Club on Twitter. Yeah, no, VJ, get ready. Ace, get ready because you win this now. You win the foxhole now, Ace. The 1400 Club had the nerve to go ahead and post this. Touchdown Tigers. After 3 quarters, Jackson State 45, FAMU 0. Don't mind us. We're just practicing. Wow. Okay. Look, we're just going to ignore the fact that you literally recruited every 5-star that was. You know what? Let me not be mean. I'm not going to be mean. Let me stop.
Someone in the comment section put the Stephen A. gif of saying "Stay off the weed."
Of course, yes, please, because no, I see. This is the thing that bothers me. The folks in Jackson, Mississippi, act like they were. There was just this blowout last season where it was. I understand you personally felt like you were supposed to blow FAMU and everybody out, but it didn't happen. You lost the game to a team that literally matched up to you, and I understand. Jackson State
was it South Carolina State they lost to, right? No.
Yes.
It was South Carolina State in the championship game.
Yeah, they lost to South Carolina State Celebration Bowl. They would not have lasted 1 minute in the FCS playoffs. They would not against anybody. And then you're sitting here and acting as if you are still the Mecca, the Alpha, and the Omega still. And it makes no sense at all. Like,
and it's March. You forgot that part.
Exactly. Okay, and I get it. FAMU's still the greatest to the SWAC title for you. Because if it's not you, it's FAMU. I understand that. Coach Maynard's doing a good job in Huntsville, but I feel like it's not going to matter still, possibly. But look, if I'm the 1400 club, you don't need to be poking the bear in the middle of March. You don't.
You mean the snake?
You don't need. Well, even better. I'm glad you said it. You don't need to be poking the snake, because you know what happens when you poke snakes.
I don't even mess with them because I don't need that kind of heat coming at me.
Exactly. You don't poke a snake. It's
especially
one thing
a rattlesnake.
You don't poke a rattlesnake, because when you poke
once you hear that rattle going, you're dead.
Exactly. You poke a rattlesnake enough times, you're bound to get bit. But I you know what? See, and this is where if I talk too much, I get myself in trouble, and cancel culture is a real thing.
Or you'll get yourself auto blocked by Adam Schefter, like moi.
Yeah, no. Hey, look, I get. See, this is why I'm like I have to hold my tongue.
I didn't even say anything to bro. When we get to the NFL, I'm gonna have a whole thing about Twitter's soft self.
No, you said too much.
I said it to Deshaun Watson. I didn't even say it to Schefter, and Twitter autobot me for some reason.
No, but see, look, you said it under Schefter's tweet is the thing.
Yeah. What? Yeah, that's soft. So people say
I can understand where that's coming from.
That's for a week. I'll be back by on Friday, trying Schefter up the wall.
Yeah, no, but honestly, no. Here's what I wanted to say. I applaud. I'm going to take the high road here. I applaud Jackson State for taking LSU the distance and doing what they were supposed to do. They almost pulled off the upset. Congratulations. I'm going to take the high road, unlike most people. That's what I'm going to do. But the other thing, too, is also, Willie Simmons and his staff are putting together a who's list for this spring game. I am amazed. There are so many 3 and 4 and 2-star recruits coming through for the spring game April 9th. I'm amazed. I really am.
I had halfway expected there to be more to that, but okay.
Well, I mean, I got this question for you right here.
I thought we were talking about that earlier, but yeah, I mean, I could see a couple of them showing up at the draft. I don't know. They should be getting invites anyway. If they're top players, they should get invites anyway. I mean, most of them like to stay home with their family anyway, but because those are way more fun than just sitting there with the camera in your face.
For something like this, I feel like it doesn't really need an invite, but honestly, I'm cool with just having a camera in my house or something and just chilling out with my family, because that's
exactly. Hey, and if anything, if you can always leave in front of that camera whenever you want.
Exactly, and I feel like that is where the draft is going now, honestly. Because I mean, look, Jameis didn't go to the draft.
Trevor Lawrence didn't. Joe Burrow. We know why Joe Burrow didn't.
Yeah, Joe Burrow couldn't. But I mean, like all the top prospects from the years prior, they don't go to the draft now. So I mean,
unless you're Mac Jones dressed up like a 40-year-old businessman.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like he kind of fit the mold to go to New England, though. To be honest.
Yeah.
And then one other thing too, before we shift gears, I got this question for you right here.
Bro, I honestly don't put a whole lot of stock in spring games because what happened in spring to what happens in fall is like sometimes it feels like you're watching two different things. Like I remember, I think it was FSU I was watching one time in spring, and they looked promising, and then you watch them in the fall. This was I think 2-3 years ago. DeAndre Francois was a quarterback, and
Right.
boy did they suck when they played in fall. And I'm like, you know what? I'm never putting stock in the fall games ever again, or in the spring games ever again. So I honestly don't.
Honestly, I can get behind that because look, some people may not like this, but I'm the same way about this with the recruiting trail with every school, honestly. And I'm like this with, yeah, honestly, I'm like this with recruiting and stuff because I view it like this is we can make a big deal about, oh, these recruits verbally committed and everything, but it's never finalized until the ink is dry on the paper
Mm-hmm.
and the fax is personally sent in. So that's why, I think that's why people wonder, like, why don't we make a big deal about recruiting here with penalty talk? That's why.
Because they would decommit.
Exactly.
We were talking about this, I want to say last week. Once that emotion wears out, I want to say they like that's when you hit see them decommits happen. I think you were saying that last week.
Yeah, no, and honestly too. But I will say, like for FAMU spring game, I'm looking forward to see how Jeremy Musa, the transfer from Vanderbilt. I'm curious to see how he gels with this offense. How he grows. Coach Black's not there anymore, so how does he grow with this offense moving forward and everything? I'm curious to see that. I feel like he'll be a good fit. I'm curious to see if he's mobile enough to carry this offense. It would be good to see a mobile aspect to this attack. So I mean, look, that's me. I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can shift gears now.
Cool.
So now we can.
Which one we got about first? Which trade you want to talk about first? Cosby, Adams, or Hill?
It's totally up to you.
All right, Cosby, Adams, and Hill all won for where they got the money. That's just the easiest way to summarize all three of them. Whichever team gave them the most guaranteed money beside Adams is the place they were going. Why do you think Tyreek went to Miami? It was for the money. The only reason why Deshaun didn't go to Atlanta was because of the money. It was the $230 million fully guaranteed. I mean, that's a bad look for the NFL to have your highest paid player being accused of 22 counts of sexual assault, but that's not my pay. That's way above my pay grade. My pay grade this much. So yeah, and then Devontae, he just wanted to play with his college quarterback. That's just how it is for that one. And he also was for about 5 days the highest paid receiver in the NFL until Tyreek came out today. So yeah, like I said last week, the NFL is a whole lot different, and right now the AFC is just a holy crap. It's at like a war zone right now because I mean, Jamar Chase grittied his way, and Joe Burrow smoked his cigars all the way to ruining the AFC. Let's be real. That's what happened. The AFC saw Cincinnati gritty and smoked their way to the Super Bowl, and they said, "Yeah, that's never happening again." And it just became an arms race.
Because honestly, like the AFC is about to become a power struggle. I actually had a conversation about this with a few friends earlier. A lot of people believe if Odell comes back to Los Angeles, which I doubt, people believe the Rams are going back again. But I see the Rams have made too many moves, honestly, for me to believe that they're going back.
Well, they did bring Bobby in for a visit. I want to see how that goes. I mean, but it's just not fair for that defense to get Bobby.
Right.
But they also did just lose their number 2 corner, so I want to see how that works out. Eric Weddle retired, so I want to see Who was even? Somebody got hurt, I think, in that secondary, and he had to replace them. That's why they brought him in. But I
I
don't know what
forget.
that's gonna look like. I mean, you just traded out Robert Woods because you replaced him with Allen Robinson, so we'll see how that works out.
Because no, here's my. It's like you can't keep everybody. You just can't.
Tampa just learned that one.
There's 3 teams that sit atop the NFC right now. It's Tampa, Los Angeles, and Green Bay.
Not even Green Bay. I ain't even considering Green Bay right now.
Oh
Green Bay
man,
will get back in after the draft. And my money bet is Christian Watson's going to either Lambeau or Arrowhead. Christian Watson will go in the round picks 26 through 31.
you also too. You may not like this, but I actually read somewhere too. Chris Olave did an interview with the Bucks.
Oh yeah, but also the Saints had their assistant GM, head coach, and wide receiver coach also all at the pro day. They didn't even go to Ole Miss's pro day, which I thought was kind of shocking. I thought they would at least took a look at Corral given that Jameis contract, but my guess is they're looking hard at Olave and they're looking very hard at Garrett Wilson. Because neither of those guys at this rate, even though Armstead just left to Miami, I don't think they're the way how free agency has played out for the Saints right now, pissed off every single fan of the Saints. If Garrett Wilson is there at 18, he's not getting past 18. Olave might, because if they take Trevor Penning at 18, but otherwise, Garrett Wilson is not going past. It might be Olave, but Olave is not getting past Green Bay at 22. So there's also that.
Yeah, you're right.
I just put it because Green Bay's got no receiver. Their number one receiver right now is, I want to say, Randall Cobb or Alan Lazard. Kansas City's is Juju. I mean, the biggest joke going out there is right now is Tyreek Hill saw Juju and Jackson Mahomes do one TikTok, and he's like, "All right, I'm out of here."
Look, I'm actually kind of worried about Kansas City with that because I just don't know how mentally into it they're going to be.
I think they're not going to win. I don't think they're going to win the West next year, but I still like them because they have Mahomes under contract for 10 years. He's legit.
Yeah.
They're going to be there. And they had I can see why they traded Tyreek is because they got 5 draft picks and $75 million. They saved $75 million for cap space for next year. So, I mean, instead of paying 2 guys quarterback money, you're only paying 1 guy quarterback money. You still have Kelsey. You're going to have Juju. See how he works out. He's never proven to be a 1, so my money bet's going to be probably Jameson Williams if he's there. Or it's going to be Christian Watson probably, but I will see how that works out.
Oh yeah, well no, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, but I will say I do like Tyreek in Miami. I feel like
him and are going to kill corners.
Oh yeah, no, dude. See, that's all Jalen Waddle needed was someone to go with him. In this case, Tyreek, wide receiver.
This might be a little bold take, but if Tua plays any sort of resemblance to how he was in Alabama before he got hurt, I'd take Miami to win that division. Sorry, Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo just got Von Miller, but I mean, you're gonna have Gesicki. You've got Chase Edmonds and Mostert in the backfield, and you got Teron Armstead protecting Tua, which he never had an actual. Who's gonna also be a vet presence in that offensive line room, and you're gonna have Tyreek running with Waddle. Yeah, and you still have Xavier and Howard and Byron Jones as your corners. So it's gonna be, I want to see who comes out of that AFC because you can't have 4 teams come out of the West. That's not possible. So they're gonna kill each other in the West, and then you're gonna have either probably 1 team from the North or 2 teams from the North. And the North is also a fire show, and you're gonna have the East between pretty much Buffalo and Miami.
I shouldn't drink the Jamba Juice on camera, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's a Gatorade.
It is Gatorade. You're right, but
yes, Glacier something. God, I drink it and I don't even know what it's called.
Cool Blue.
Yeah, Cool Blue. There we go. I drink the Frost, but yeah.
There you go. But yeah, like I do. Like you said, if Miami did win that division, it wouldn't surprise me. That's what I feel like is in play right here.
I thought if they kept Flores, I'd even have him higher, but I want to see how McDaniel works in Miami. He's gonna have that Shanahan offense, so
their odds
works in it. Huh?
Their odds changed after they got Tyreek Hill.
You know what's interesting about those odds, right? When Cleveland got Deshaun Watson, their odds I think dropped, or it stayed the same. But when Indianapolis got Matt Ryan, their odds went up like plus 300 or something like that. It went up 300 points or something like that. And we didn't even talk about that. But one question I want to ask you is, what do you think about that Leonard Fournette contract, and what do you think Tampa's going to do with that position?
It's because
you got Keyshawn Vaughn also there. So, what do you think?
I will say Ronald Jones, I think, is not coming back.
No, he's not coming back.
3 years, $21 million up to 24. Worth $21 million to $24 million. For 3 years, so for 3 years he's getting $7 million. I'm with it, but I do feel like you said you don't or you do.
I do like it. I mean, it's not too much for a running back, and that's what you always gotta be careful about. But I want to see what they're gonna do in the behind him. I think they're still gonna keep Bernard, and they're gonna still have Vaughn. So
this is why I say you keep Keyshawn Vaughn, but at the same time too, I've always felt this way personally. I know everybody else may feel differently. I personally feel USC running backs have not really been anything special since. Oh my gosh, what's that guy's name? Oh my gosh, he wore number 32 for the Raiders. He played in the Super Bowl. Marcus Allen. I feel like USC running backs haven't really been anything special since Marcus Allen, with the exception of Reggie Bush in the NFL. So it's just, I feel like Ronald Jones, his time is done in Tampa. I feel like the Bucs there's 3 running backs I feel like the Bucs need to look at. Kenneth Walker III.
That's not happening.
James Cook.
Maybe.
Damian.
I think Pierce is your most likely option.
There's 3 choices. I feel like either one.
I can tell you what's probably going to happen in Tampa when you finish.
I feel like any of the 3 will personally be there, in my opinion, because of the way running backs are valued in the draft. I feel like any one of those 3 will be there in the second round at least. So I feel like one of those 3 is the pick in the second round. I feel like, honestly,
all 3 are going to be available in the second.
Because I personally don't. I'm very biased. Maybe it's just me being a Southern guy, growing up down here in the South. I'm not partial to drafting running backs from the West Coast, from the Northwest, or from even up north, because I feel like they don't fare well down here in this climate. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like, honestly, I mean, even as bad as it's been, if the Bucs drafted a Florida State running back, I would not be opposed to it. But it's just
have they ever done that?
Have the Bucs ever drafted a Florida State running back?
Yeah.
Yes, they have. They took Warwick Dunn.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm showing my age again, but that was before your time.
I forgot about that. I was thinking, remember, was it 2017? Every single Bucs fan wanted Dalvin Cook.
I love how
every single one of them wanted Dalvin Cook, and it was what, OJ Howard and Ronald Jones, right? Were the first 2 picks.
Yeah, and
both of them aren't going to be there on the team this year.
I love how you just indirectly make me point out my age on this show.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I was thinking. See, I forgot about Warwick Dunn because I was thinking Dalvin Cook.
It's okay.
When that happened, and y'all ended up with OJ Howard, and where now both of them aren't even on the team.
If it makes you feel better, I have a Warwick Dunn jersey. If you want to really show my age.
All right. Well, let me ask you another question. What's going on with Gronk? How come he hasn't signed yet?
It's a good question. He worked out at the facility 2 weeks before Tom Brady even decided to come back. It's a great question. I don't know why. Probably restructuring still, honestly, trying to like make it cap friendly, trying to get everybody 3-year deals.
Yeah, I guess that's possible, but I want to see what the hell the Saints are doing, bro. I mean, I'm feeling so miserable. I have a full blown brain on them because they
No,
haven't.
y'all got done dirty by Armstead. That was messed up.
No, they're screwing themselves over. This management, holy shit, they're pissing off a whole lot of people. It is unbelievable. I mean, I can see they keep putting out these little tidbits about how they're gonna sign like Matthew. They're gonna go after OBJ. They're gonna go after Landry, but they haven't done shit. They lost the my whole thing. They hired. They said they weren't gonna hire Bieniemy and they're gonna hire Allen because they wanted to keep continuity. And then you go and let your top 2 free agents walk for literally not even that much of a contract. Marcus Williams went for a respectable contract, and Armstead didn't even get paid $20 million a year. Like, what the hell are y'all doing over there in New Orleans? It's driving a lot of people mad because the only thing they've done is they signed Marcus May, which is, I mean, a downgrade from Marcus Williams, and you signed Kentavious Street and James Winston. I mean, those are all lateral moves. You have not done a single thing to get better. And don't even make the excuse because Michael Thomas coming back. Oh, your offense is fine. Man, your offense is so sorry right now, boy. Don't get me started with that shit. Let's move on to the NCAA because I might get even worse.
Well, folks, you heard. I just want to know. Actually, no, I have one last question before we move on.
Clown.
I know you heard about what went down.
Yeah, with him not knowing Aaron Donald, yeah, he's a clown anyway. Moving on.
I saw something else too that said he was like, I want to have like the players like do this.
Oh yeah, some kind of like thing where they're not gonna have sex or something like that for like the season, so they don't have to worry about like childbirth or I don't mean.
Yeah.
That man. Just let's move on to the NCAA.
Dude, you know, I've never met a person that's more full of crap in my life. I've never even heard of a person that's more full of crap in my life than Urban Meyer. I'm gonna say this, Deshaun Watson. I'm happy for you. You're with the Browns. You're getting paid $230 million,
guaranteed.
Yeah, guaranteed. Go get your bag, man. That's all I got to say. The greatest player to wear a Falcons uniform too. Before we move on, is still Michael Vick and Deion Sanders. I don't say about.
Oh yeah, we didn't even say that. Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it now.
Vic and Deion by far did more for. No offense to Matt Ryan, but they did more. They're more recognizable in Atlanta than Matt Ryan's gonna be.
Of course, dude. People are gonna 20 years from now, people will remember Michael Vick and Deion Sanders for what they did.
People are gonna remember Matt Ryan for 28-3, and the fact that the video they made for when Drew Brees retired to like troll him or whatever was 25 seconds longer than the video they had for Matt Ryan. Exactly. I just started to laugh because 20 minutes.
And see, here's the thing. It's like, dude, look, like Michael Vick like had a whole movement. Michael Vick had a thing where kids literally grew up wearing his jersey, going to school
everywhere.
Jersey, his shoes. Like kids literally imitated being Michael Vick growing up. How many kids honestly can say they went to recess being Matt Ryan?
And why do you think there's players like Lamar Jackson running around?
Exactly, Lamar Jackson.
Even Josh Allen. You think Josh Allen will be doing what he's doing if Michael Vick didn't exist?
You look at the league. You look at all these particularly in the AFC. You look at all these quarterbacks in the AFC. And it screams Michael Vick to the fullest extent. Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson,
Justin Herbert, even
Holmes, Justin Herbert. Oh my gosh, like Joe Burrow to an extent. Yeah. As cool as he is, he gives me Joe Montana vibes. I'll give it to him. But
he got swag. He got like a swag, bro. It's like the joke is that the only black quarterback in the AFC North is
Michael Vick's impact on the game is far greater than what people realize. And that's the thing people don't realize. Like that's the thing some people don't realize. Like I'm gonna say some people. I'm not gonna say certain people, but some people don't realize that.
But Vick did what Steph Curry did to the NBA when you think about it.
He did. He really did. Like he made it cool to be a scrambling quarterback, a scrambling minority quarterback. He made it cool. And that's what it is.
Hey, speaking of minorities, let's talk about St. Peter's and their underdog little Cinderella thing to the Sweet 16.
Yes. And as we switch, let's talk about it.
So, I mean, unless you want to talk about St. Peter's or you want to talk about Kentucky.
I want to talk about St. Peter's because I'm actually very, very impressed.
All right, let me pull up the bracket because my bracket got blown to hell. Except Kansas is still alive, so we're doing good. I want to pull up the actual thing. Okay, so St. Peter's, we know they beat Kentucky and they beat Murray State. So, which one of those did you think they played more impressively? It's got to be a Kentucky game. They came out and punched them in the mouth. Kentucky had nothing for them, it felt like. And until it got up to overtime, and then St. Peter's just ran with it. JPeeps.
All right, my bad. I'm sorry. Say that again. Dude, I'm so sorry. I got sidetracked.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. Man, now I forgot what else. Oh yeah, St. Peter's. Which one did you think was more impressive, the Kentucky game or the Murray State one?
The St. Peter's game. Definitely St. Peter's.
Oh my God.
I mean Kentucky. My bad. I'm so sorry. Kentucky against St. Peter's.
God damn, my whole thing went out of whack.
Okay, it's okay.
All right, we're good. All right, so as we know, St. Peter's beat Kentucky 85-79 in overtime. I'm trying to pull up the box score here. So the leading score for St. Peter's was some dude named Daryl Banks III. And then the leading score for Kentucky was, God, I can't say his name. I feel so bad. I can't say his name. Oscar Tshibwa. I probably butchered it. My apologies there, but
is he the kid with the
30?
Hair?
Huh?
Is he the blonde kid with the long hair from St. Peter's?
No, this is the Kentucky guy. He had 30. I was talking about, that was St. Peter's was Daryl Banks. They don't even got a picture up on him on CBS Sports. What's the hell?
I mean, look, dude. I will say, oh my gosh. Yeah, they don't. They don't.
They don't what?
They don't have like a picture.
Mm-mm.
The most points is in default. The forward from St. Peter's.
Yeah.
It's 17 points.
And which one? I was looking at the Kentucky game.
I'm looking at the Murray State game.
Yeah, the Murray State game, yeah, the Ford had 17 points. But I mean, it's kind of crazy, man. It's like every year you expect, for some reason, there's always one team that just pulls off this random thing. And they're the third team to make it to the Sweet 16 as a 15th or lower, I think. And actually, last year they had one too. God, now I'm forgetting who it was. But there's only been 3 teams. It was I think 2014, 2021, and 2022 now that have had a 15th go to the Sweet.
I will say I'm slowly becoming a fan of theirs. Every time they play, I always think about the scene from the other guys with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, where he's like, I'm a peacock, Captain. You gotta let me fly. And he's like, all right, Terry, first things first, let's get one thing straight. Peacocks don't fly. And at the end of the movie, a peacock is literally flying through New York.
But I mean, what about Michigan and Miami? Them two, I'm surprised with these two.
I didn't expect Miami to get past Auburn, but you know, Michigan, like someone was saying, like we're literally like a few games away from having a Miami versus Gonzaga matchup for the championship. Although I don't think Miami, I would be very shocked if they got there. Gonzaga, even though they are number 1 seed, I'd be very shocked if they got there too.
Well, in order for that to happen, you'd have to have Miami's playing Iowa State. That is Friday. and then they would play either Kansas or Providence.
They could be. Honestly, they could get by Iowa State. Miami could get by Iowa State.
Yep.
I don't think they would get by Providence or Kansas. That's the challenge.
Kansas wasn't looking too hot in that game against Creighton, though. They did have a little struggles until they came out in the second half and they pulled that out. But I mean, it was pretty neck and neck up until I want to say just after the start of the second half. That game was a neck and neck game.
Yeah, I agree.
And it got close toward the end, and then Kansas came back and pulled it out. But still, it's a possible chance they could do it. But I mean, Iowa choked that bet so bad.
I agree. They're not the only ones. Auburn choked it away too. I had hopes for Auburn.
Me too.
But now it's crazy because Auburn is like, no, my bad.
Look, there's a thing with Auburn that I'm not too upset about with Auburn. They weren't like Gonzaga were. Gonzaga was about to get got, man. They were playing Memphis. Memphis almost got them. They had a lead on them, and they had a forward that was just bullying the crap out of Chet Holmgren. Like, I have my concerns when Holmgren gets to the NBA because if he gets into the East, oh boy, Joel Embiid will eat him alive.
Understand.
Even Mo Bamba would probably eat Chet Holmgren alive. That dude's a twig.
I heard that. And then the other thing too is this. I know you saw Florida State's new facilities too.
Yeah, I did. It looks pretty good.
Dude, honestly, I was the year before they got their new facility after they won the national title. I was in Tallahassee for the camp when they had like the facilities like right before the renovation and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When they were like when they put together the new practice field and stuff, like I was there. When they didn't let us go in the locker room and stuff, I was there because they were renovating it and stuff, like after they won the title. And I'm looking at it and everything, and I'm just like, this is pretty nice, like how it is.
Mm.
And dude, like what they did after the title was nice, but what they did just here recently is even nicer. Like the way the lockers look, everything's all white and crystal clear and stuff and diamond-esque and whatnot. Like, dude, that stuff is fresh, man. Honestly, if they can get championship level pedigree players in there to follow behind that, look out. And I tell people this all the time. When Florida State and Miami come up, look out because y'all are in trouble. Everyone else is in trouble.
Well, I mean, when Florida State and Miami come up, they'll be in trouble. But right now, the Kings of Florida are UCF. UCF got Florida like what 3 times now, right?
They got Florida. Dude, I think they beat them in baseball. They definitely beat them in basketball.
Yeah, we just saw that. And they got them in football.
And they got them in the bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
Like UCF has mind. You know how you ever seen Friday where it's like, he's like, you know what? I got mind control over Debo. When he leave, I be quiet. When he be here, I be quiet. But when he leave, I be talking again. Like UCF has mind control over Florida.
Oh, right now, yeah.
I firmly believe that. I really do. And then they got a 1-for-1 in the swamp and in the bounce house. UCF gonna steal one of them.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say when you said that. Like that part with Florida State, I got to see it to believe it.
It's in due time. Because here, I'm gonna feed you something that Bobby Bowden used to say.
All right, let's hear it.
So with Bobby, and this is the testament to even how Bobby Bowden constructed his program when he first got the job at Florida State. When you win, first you lose by a lot. They lost by a lot. You lose by a little. They lost by a little. And then you win by a little. They won by a little in most games. And then you win by a lot. Now they win by a lot. That is the way of how you build the program over time. And especially with Michael Norvell's tenure. So if you kind of get at what Bobby Bowden was saying with this, because this is how Bobby Bowden went about it when he was coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, Bobby Bowden, Florida State was not what Florida State became in the 90s and the 2000s when Bobby Bowden took over in 1976. Florida State was built into a machine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all based off of that. You know, you win by a little, slowly, bit by bit. And a lot of it when you see these teams like the Wake Forests and the Dukes and NC States come in there and beat Florida State, a lot of it is those old demons that they hold against Florida State when Bobby Bowden was beating them by 70, 50 points a game. That's what it is. A lot of these teams have been praying for this day to come.
That doesn't explain how Florida State can manage to choke so many second halves away.
And that's very true. That's very true. So I mean, honestly, I say this. You say that, and I say this. For a lot of these teams, kick Florida State while they're down now.
Mm-hmm.
When they get off the map, you better make damn sure you're ready to fight.
They've been down since that Rose Bowl against Mariota.
You know what? I had a conversation.
They had a couple good moments with Dalvin Cook's teams, but I mean,
I had a conversation about this too. And Freddie Stevenson talked about it too, leading up to Christmas, if you remember.
Yeah.
There was a point where Florida State was ready to pass Clemson in Alabama, and it all fell apart overnight. I firmly believe if Jimbo hadn't left Florida State would have been what Clemson was
until last year.
Mm-hmm. They would have been even scarier.
I could see it.
But let us move on.
Mm-hmm.
And we've made it to hot topics.
Yeah, this one just came out. So you see that first one I put up on the this thing about what Cooper Kupp should be doing after seeing Adams and Hill?
I didn't see it. What should he be doing?
Well, I mean, we just saw both of them just get the highest paid contracts, and we just saw the year Cooper Kupp's coming off of. So, I mean, bruh, that man needs to be holding out until he get a new deal.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He just won the Triple Crown, and he set what? How many records did he set? And he got a Super Bowl MVP. Oh man, that man should be holding out for a big bag. I mean, Stafford just got paid $40 million a year. Yeah, Kupp should be getting at least 25. After last season, and then seeing what happened with Adams and Hill, yeah, he should be getting at least $80 million guaranteed, and some form of deal.
Honestly, he deserves every penny he gets because being the NFL's Triple Crown, everything it's only right.
But we shall see. Anyway, so we got Popovich. Want to talk about Pop being the all-time NBA winning coach?
Actually, yes. Kudos to him.
That was, I think, last week that happened. But yeah, the fact that he has more career wins than I think 5 different franchises combined is just insane.
Rightfully so. Dude. Honestly, Popovich, the Spurs have been very consistent for a long time. I'm gonna do a testament to your age here. I know you weren't around when the Spurs were actually really good and stuff.
Well, the Admiral.
Yeah, the Admiral
and the young Tim Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
Partially around the young Tim Duncan years.
The Spurs, I will say, one of the most consistent teams in the NBA. I will say, under Popovich and stuff. So I mean, it's only fitting that he would now become the NBA's all-time winningest coach.
So here it is. So Greg Popovich, according to StatMuse, has more wins than 6 NBA franchises. Orlando Magic, Charlotte Hornets, Minnesota Timberwolves, Toronto Raptors, Memphis Grizzlies, and New Orleans Pelicans. Not combined, but like separately. He himself has more wins than those franchises. So that's kind of crazy when you think about it. And he's still doing all right with this Spurs team, even though they're in a kind of a rebuild. But I think they were saying if he retires, they're gonna go after the Utah Jazz coach Dan Snyder. Not Dan Snyder. Is it? Oh God, Quinn Snyder.
Right.
They're going after him.
I mean, it's just. I think that he needs to. They just got to find like the playmakers that what they used to have and stuff. Like when he found like
they need a star.
When he found Ginobili and Tim Duncan and the Admiral and stuff, he needs to find guys like that again that are gonna take the team to another level.
Yeah, they need a star.
But see, the thing is, what I've learned about the Spurs is like, don't count them out, because when you count them out is when they can become dangerous, and they'll come back.
They snuck into the playoffs. Was it last year? I want to say DeMar snuck them into the playoffs.
Yeah,
and they went toe to toe. So
yeah, exactly.
The year before, might have been the year before. But since Kawhi forced his way out, they haven't been the same. But they got the pieces. They got DeJounte Murray. He's been good. He got an All-Star here this year. You got Keldon Johnson. He's good. You got God, there's another guy on that team that's good. Lonnie Walker from Miami. He's been doing good. And it's another person I'm forgetting. But they got the pieces. All they need is that superstar. But hopefully they can get this year. This is what their fans are hoping for, at least. And I'd assume Popovich is coming near the end. So you would see the new coach. But probably run similar. So it's going to be interesting for San Antonio the next couple of years. I think they're going to be back competing for championships in the next 2-3 years, probably. If they can get that superstar in the draft.
Oh my gosh, I've just seen what you said.
What?
I just saw what you saw. About
the tweet?
Yeah, the tweet to stay off the weed.
Oh, the comment, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Dude, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. If those kids could read, they'd be very upset. Dude, what is going on right now?
Bro, I don't even know. That Tampa Bay Lightning thing that you have here, yeah, that's not right, man. They're still in a funk. You and Will Brady coming back. They've been a funk, man. Them refs have been holding them up, right?
Someone said not the hillbillies on the library computers again. Oh my gosh. Dude, look, I'm telling you, man.
I believe what you're saying. That one's a little wild for me.
Look, I don't know if you've realized it, but the SWAC is very wild. The SWAC is the Wild West of pettiness. And I think honestly, the fact of my mother being a FAMU grad and my grandmother being a FAMU grad, I think this is where I get my pettiness from. We'll talk about it off the camera in a few seconds.
Yeah,
but honestly, about the Lightning though, like I kind of like, it's like the day he decided he was coming back, the Lightning went on a little winning streak.
And they hit a funk, and then they identified their needs, and they made 2 big trades. Well, one massive trade and one like minor, big-ish important trade. They traded 2 firsts and 2 other. Well, it's not even prospects at this point, but 2 other young guys for Brandon Hagel. He's not gonna be what Yanni Gord was, but he's kind of like a mix of Brandon Coleman and like a tad bit of Braden Point. You'll see it when he plays more with the Lightning, but he's gonna be good because he's only 23. So he's going to be there a while, and he's on a cheap deal, but he's going to help with that secondary scoring and defense. Well, I don't know what you call defense in hockey, but you get what I mean. And then they got Nick Paul for like a 4th-round pick in Matthew Joseph. So they have no black guys on the team anymore, but whatever. We won't get into that. That's kind of disappointing, but oh well. But he's gonna come in and try to do what Goodrow did. But we shall see how that works. I feel bad for that city of Atlanta though. They lost Julia, Ryan, and Freddie Freeman in the same year.
Dude, that's crazy. I can't believe. Like, are you?
Hey, they got a world championship, and they got the University of Georgia got a national championship. So I think they'd be fine with it.
Look, honestly, I saw that. That was so funny. They had the Thanos thing. They were like, and it was like the national title and the World Series sitting there, and it was like, what did it cost you?
Everything.
Everything. Oh my gosh. Like, but honestly, look, I'm gonna be on. And look, here's what I'm gonna say. You sit here and you look at social media, and look at what people say about Matt and Ryan on social media. Plus, not the fact of the matter. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of y'all, when I go to homecoming, some of y'all be trashing Matt Ryan's name. And some of y'all be saying, I'm so sick and tired of Matt Ryan after 2016. From 2017 to now, ain't that many FAMU fans had from the state of Georgia that had a lot of good things to say about Matt Ryan. So that's another thing too. So it's like a lot of people have trashed Matt Ryan from 2017 to now and said there's no way that things
And now they're crying that he's gone.
Yeah. You got
because they could have had that's that psychological thing because they thought they were gonna get Deshaun, then they didn't.
Oh
and then they only got a 3rd round pick for Ryan, and then they went to Marcus Mariota.
You think things are bad now in Atlanta? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Unless they draft Malik Willis.
No, Carolina's getting him. I think.
They're going Pickett. I think.
I think Carolina's going with Malik Willis. Honestly.
I have a feeling after these pro days, someone's going to be an idiot and jump up to like 4 or 5 to jump Carolina, and they're going to take a quarterback.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. But
what's the odds on Kenny Pickett going top 10? Because the minute they said his hand size was over 8.5 and it was about 9 something, he's going top 10 for sure. Malik Willis might go. Definitely is going top 13. I have no doubt in my mind that's happening.
Here's my problem with Kenny Pickett as we wrap this up. I feel like Kenny Pickett, honestly, people are going to look at him because he went to Pitt and everything, and he put up these numbers and stuff. People are going to look at him like, oh,
came from Pitt.
Dan Marino went to Pitt and everything and stuff. So Kenny Pickett went to Pitt, so he must be good too and stuff. Honestly, I wouldn't buy that.
Only quarterbacks I like to see here are Willis, really, or I should say the ones I'm fine with the Saints drafting are Willis, Corral, and Ritter. And I have a feeling it'll probably be Ritter.
I feel like the Saints get Ritter, honestly.
I think it'll be in the 2nd round. They're going to take Ritter if he's there.
I will say, though, it's actually kind of scary because I'm doing like a franchise mode on Madden right now. And tell me how it's been so precise. The Steelers got Mitch Trubisky in real life, and they got Trubisky in my little like Madden franchise mode. And then the Saints got Desmond Ritter. And if the Saints get Desmond Ritter in real life, like it's actually pretty scary. It's so crazy. Like, dude, no.
I'm fine with it though. He's got the mobility and he's getting the arm developed. I'd be fine with it.
I was even playing NCAA 14.
Oh god, I have that game.
And like the way it was set up, I had Florida State going back to the championship in 2014 after they won it all in the Rose Bowl, and Florida State loses. And I was like, oh my gosh, and Florida State lost in 2014. It is very scary how accurate it was.
But ladies, gents, peoples of all classifications, I don't even know. We're not even going to touch Leah Thomas. But thank you for watching tonight's episode, the run episode, if you want to call it. I don't care. I mean, sorry for coughing in the mic half the episode.
You didn't cough half of the episode. You held it together pretty good.
I thought I did good. It's just my it's kind of congested, but we'll make it through. We'll be back full next week.
You did good with your situation, and I did good given the fact that my head is throbbing right now.
Well, we know why, but we won't get into that right now. Like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. Last Kid will be back next week. Yeah, am I missing anything? Don't pay attention to the 1400 or whatever they're called because it's March and I don't give a crap right now.
Oh, definitely.
Football in March.
For the love of God.
If the NFL team says they're gonna try to compete and then they don't do shit in March, then I have an issue. But we won't get into that because I'm teetering on blowing up on them right now. But we won't get into that. JPeeps, you got anything to add before we wrap? You know.
I'm gonna say the same thing as you. Don't listen to the 1400. You know, I guess they were playing NCAA 14 and they realized that on their little created team where they gave everybody 99 overalls, they were up 35-0 on FAMU.
If I had a team of 99 overalls, I'd be up probably 100 and something by now.
Yeah, no, honestly, at the half, I'll say this. I mean, I wouldn't. I guess this is like the Mississippi lifestyle, but in Florida, we wouldn't be up in NCAA 14 with 99 overalls. We wouldn't be up 35-0. It'd be like 50-something-0 at the half. But
at the half it'd probably be 60. I'd just be running the same play. There's one play that's every game. There's a cheat code play.
But don't listen to that. Honestly, like, enjoy what's left of your March, guys. Enjoy every day to the fullest and stuff. Have a great time and everything. Keep doing what you're doing. As always, stay happy, stay blessed. And we will definitely see you on the next episode. Take care.
Mm-hmm.